Hey, I'm Kuru Paul. Today we have a lot of material packed into a short period of time. I have 3 goals for today. The first one is to review the material I covered, not all of it, in lessons 1 through 7. 2, to show you how all of those plug-and-play phrases can be used in the same conversation. And 3, give you new vocab. All right, let's get right to it. In the last lesson, I taught you the verb poder, and I taught you how to say it in the present tense for I and you, the informal you. Yo puedo, I can, tú puedes, you can. Remember in the last lesson I told you can always leave off yo and tú because it's going to be very clear to the listener who we're talking about. That's an advantage to Spanish. We're going to be using fewer words, so you can just say puedo for I can and puedes for you can. Now when I first taught you how to make simple sentences utilizing your cognate trick, I taught you this one. Yo quiero, I want. Back then I didn't teach you how to say you want, so here it is, tú quieres, tú quieres. Now just like with the verb poder, we can leave off the yo and tú and just say quiero, I want, quieres, you want. Here are 3 new verbs that I want to teach you. You're going to find them very useful when using a lot of your plug-and-play phrases. Encontrar, to find, mostrar, to show, and comprar, to buy. Okay, it's demonstration time. Now I want to show you how you can use the plug-and-play phrases that you learned in the last few lessons to have a complete conversation with someone. So in this scenario, I go to the store and I want to buy 2 onions. I know I'm going to use my grammatical plug-and-play phrases to do that. The only 2 words I may not know to start with is the word 2, dos, and onions, cebollas. But I can look those up quickly on my phone and then just plug them into phrases in my head. Quiero comprar 2 cebollas. I want to buy 2 onions. Since I don't even know if they have onions, I may follow it up with, ¿Hay cebollas? Are there any onions? And the person may say, sí, hay. Yeah, there are. If you want to tell the person, I can't find the onions, you can do that now because we just covered the verb to find, encontrar. Just plug it into the phrase you already know. No puedo encontrar las cebollas. I can't find the onions. If you want to ask someone where the onions are, you're going to use that plug-and-play phrase. ¿Dónde están las cebollas? Asking the question is the easy part. The tough part is understanding the response, especially when you have a limited vocabulary. It may sound something to you like, están blah 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 blah, and you still don't know where the onions are. Don't worry, we can solve this. We're going to use one of our plug-and-play phrases and one of our new verbs. We're going to start out with, ¿Me puedes mostrar?, which means, can you show me? Now the point of this is to be able to plug in things you already know. You know the word where, so you could say something as simply as, ¿Me puedes mostrar dónde? Can you show me where? We've covered enough material already that you can actually make this sentence even more complex. You can ask them, can you show me where the onions are, please? ¿Me puedes mostrar dónde están las cebollas, por favor? Think of the plug-and-play phrases as building blocks. You can put 2 or 3 together, change the order around. You have a lot of flexibility here. The advantage to using them is they will dramatically cut down the amount of time it takes for you to translate a sentence in your head. That means you're going to be conversational much faster. That's your goal, isn't it? Okay, now it's your turn. I put 3 sentences in English on the board. All 3 of these sentences will follow plug-and-play patterns that I taught over the first 7 lessons. I even gave you a hint on a couple of the vocabulary words. Stop the video, write out your answers, and when you think you have them, hit play again. All right, here are all the answers in Spanish. Go ahead and compare what you wrote to this. Hopefully you did well. It's also helpful if you read these sentences aloud. That'll help reinforce a lot of the vocabulary. Here are the last 3 phrases I want you to translate for the day. That third phrase might look a little tricky, but don't be fooled. It's just a plug-and-play phrase and we stuck the word where at the front. I think you'll do fine. Go ahead and write out your answers. Here are the answers in Spanish. Take a moment to compare them to what you have written on your piece of paper. Hopefully they're identical or at least similar. Now, if you were able to translate these 6 sentences without any trouble, you've mastered these plug-and-play phrases and you're ready to move on in this course. If you had trouble, you need to go back and do some review. Well, that's it for today. I encourage you to keep building your own sentences using these plug-and-play phrases. Don't be afraid to put them in different orders or put a where in the front like we did on that last example. The only way you're going to get better is to keep practicing. Hasta luego.